I first want to see how competitive the car is, and then I can be more precise in my goals. I mean, of course, I always want to win races, but you need to have the right equipment for that as well. Because you just start from zero again, it's a completely different car. So, yeah, hopefully we did build a very competitive car, but also that we still have to wait and see. But I'm very confident that Red Bull can do a very good job, as they have shown in the previous years. Well, the mood, first of all, is always very good, very positive. So that's always very nice to see in a team. And everybody is getting very excited, to see the new car, first of all, and then hopefully, how it performs well. So, yeah, everybody's really looking forward to it. I think hopefully, it mixes up a bit more the grid. That's always good, I think, for Formula One in general, but hopefully for us as well. And then from there on, hopefully closer racing, less degradation when you're behind someone from the tires, so you can push a bit harder behind someone else, for a few more laps. So yeah, I think I'm just looking forward to that. Yeah, I mean the biggest changes is of course the tires and then the general downforce on the car, which is quite a lot more. Up to 20–30%. So it's a lot tougher for us drivers, to drive around the track. I think lap time wise, we will be around 3 seconds faster on some tracks. So that's quite a big step. Normally from one to another season, if there are not many changes, maybe you gain half a second. So yeah, I mean the car will get a bit heavier. I mean the look of the car is also a bit different, with the rear wing a lot lower and wider, and then the front wing also more in a V shape. Hopefully that improves, that we can drive closer to each other. And then, yeah, we'll see. I mean, a bit more fuel as well, but those things are just very little. I think the biggest changes, of course, come from the tires and then the general downforce from the car. I think it will be quite a lot more physical on your neck, because the cornering speeds, they're quite a lot higher. I think up to 20–30 kilometers in a corner. So yeah, we did quite a lot of training to get prepared. Hopefully it's enough. I mean, you never know for sure. The first test or 2 test weeks, yeah, you will feel a bit sore, because you can train what you want. You can get a lot stronger, but always the first time you jump in the car, you just get a stiff neck. So you just have to deal with it. But hopefully, for the rest of the season, it will be good enough. The car looks very aggressive, and I think, well, hopefully, when it looks that aggressive and cool, it will be fast. But we still have to wait and see. But yeah, I think the cars look a lot better than they've been the last three years. No, for me the number doesn't matter. No, I think there are some championships won from other constructors as well with number 13 in it, so it's all right. Yeah, the training is very important. I mean, the forces you get on your neck and your upper body, and even your legs, for braking and stuff, it's quite big already last year, but especially I think what is coming up now. I mean, we haven't driven it yet, so it's still a bit of a dark area where you don't know how much it's going to be, but it will be tough. That's why we have been training a lot our necks, I guess, but also just the general upper body, which has to cope with the forces as well. It's always positive to have a very strong teammate, because you develop yourself really well. You are always on top of yourself. You always try to push yourself to the limit. So yeah, I'm of course very happy to have Daniel as a teammate. We always try to push each other, and I think at the end of the day that's very good for the team. Just mileage, first of all, to get back in your rhythm, but then afterwards just try some things on the car. See which way you want to go with the car in terms of the setup you like, and I think that's the most important in testing. You just have to find and test different items on the car just to see what they do, so you know in which direction to go when you have a certain problem. Oh dear. Well, bit difficult to say, but hopefully we have a good start from the race point of view, and we just basically lead the whole race in a very boring race. Yeah, that would be perfect.
I've certainly missed the race weekend. I guess like the F1 circus. You got to the end of last season, and I was like, I'm done with this for a while. Give me a holiday. But now we're coming up to the start of the year, and I'm hungry for that again. So everyone's been posting videos, photos of their training in the off season. But yeah, let's do the talking on the track now, and see what happens. Goals I've personally set myself for this year is to be on the top step again, and I guess the goal is to be on the top step enough times that come, October, November, it's put me in a fight for a title. That's the real goal. Sure, there's going to be some things different, with us as drivers. We're going to, the car's going to feel a lot different, I think, and more physical, but as a show, as far as the racing goes, if it's going to be closer, more intense, to be seen in a few months, I guess. So, yeah, I guess everyone's asking the rule changes, what's changed, what hasn't. For me to explain that would sound pretty average because I don't even really know myself. I just get in the car and drive, so I know, look, the tyres are wider. Visually that's an obvious one that I think a lot of people will pick up, so that's both front and rear tyres are significantly wider, and that's to give us a bit more what we call mechanical grip. So it's just going to basically increase the speeds of the cars without trying to affect the aerodynamic grip of the car. So I guess what it's trying to achieve is we can go quicker, but without the racing being any worse, without being disrupted, by the car in front with all the aerodynamic wind and whatever happens there. So I'm going to shut up now. I think that's about it. I think the cars will be harder to drive probably on two sides. On a physical side, we're going to go faster, so it's going to take more energy from us, and I think more strength. We've been given a little bit of room to put on some weight over the off season, I think all of us. So it's to put on a little bit of muscle to withstand the high G forces that we're going to have. So that's where that kind of fits in. And I think if we're lapping at a quicker pace, then things are coming at you faster. The corners, obviously the faster you go, the quicker corners approach you. And even with racing, if you're racing another car, you might have to respond or react quicker and be more responsive. So I think from that side as well, it could be more difficult, more challenging. Fortunately, I'm still young, so my eyes can keep up with things coming at me fast. From what I've seen so far, I think the cars are going to look cool this year. I've seen some early images of the RB13, and first impression was it looks quite beautiful. Definitely looks sleek, and they look, how do I say, they look like the fastest cars in the world kind of thing. So that was the impression I got. Look, I'm not superstitious, not at all. I think superstitions are, I've always said it's like an excuse for something to go wrong, or it's a sign of like fear. So never been into it. So I'm happy that the team have stuck to the general trend and gone with 13 comes after 12. I think, us as a team can build, take, and learn a lot from 2016. I think we really set ourselves up well to continue in the trend that we did. So 2017, we're looking strong, we're looking good. I think everyone's definitely in the right mindset right now, and that hunger is back. I think it's very positive having a strong teammate. Personally, I've always loved, having someone I can really challenge myself to, and you always want to beat your teammate. So, it's nice having someone you can maybe beat easily. but I think you can learn and grow a lot more with someone who's a top shelf driver. So I feel that the team has that with myself and Max, and we recognise that as a pair. And I think it showed last year. We pushed each other a lot, and that was good for both of us. And this year it's going to, I hope it continues to grow like that, and we can really establish ourselves as two top drivers. Getting into the car next week, it's an anxious time because you're like, I really hope this car is quick, and you kind of know, you feel it already after a few laps. But yeah, personally what you want to achieve, I think the first thing is, as a team's point of view, reliability. For me, to at least physically put myself under a bit of the stress and know what to prepare come Melbourne. Yeah, just get that kind of camaraderie set so that we know after testing we're going to Melbourne as a unit, and we're all there for the same goal. Going to Melbourne, Australia for the first race, it's kind of a double hit in terms of everyone's excited and anxious for the start of the year, but I get another load of that because it's my home race, it's the first race, and it's like they're all not sure how it's going to go as well, so they're all like hoping, are you going to win? Are you going to be the first Australian to win here, and this and that? And so it's like, sure, there's a bit of pressure, don't get me wrong, but it's positive. It's all positive pressure, and everyone's excited for me, and definitely I feel they're supporting me. So, from that point of view, I'm just like, this is great. Sure, it's full on, but they're all with me, so let's go and have fun with it and try and give them a reason to celebrate on Sunday.